taking in the snake's beautiful, high-boned face for the first time, Hester's whole body went slack. What was that about staying one step ahead? She breathed to Professor Dauphin. Gustine said nothing as Sir Japheth grinned back at all of them. Then he turned and waved to the people alongside his identical twin brother, King Ryan. The lion and the snake now lording over the woods as one. Sophie, bonds of blood. While the guards held her off stage, Sophie saw all of it. The snake becoming the lion's leech. Ryan's brother unmasked. Lion's mane declaring war on the stallion. The people of the woods cheering on two flaws. But Sophie's mind wasn't on King Ryan or his snake-eyed twin. Her mind was on someone else. The only person who mattered to her right now. Agatha. Even with Techo set to die, at least she knew where he was. In the dungeons, still alive. And as long as he was alive, there was hope. But the last she had seen of Agatha was her best friend being hunted by guards through the crowd. Did she escape? Was she still even alive? Tears sprang to Sophie's eyes as she looked down at the diamond on her finger. Once upon a time, she had worn another wing, the wing of an evil man who had isolated her from her only real friend, just as she was now. But that was different. Back then, Sophie had wanted to be evil. Back then, Sophie had been a witch. Marrying Ryan was supposed to be her redemption. Marrying Ryan was supposed to be true love. She thought she had understood her. When she looked into his eyes, she had seen someone pure, honest, and good. Someone who acknowledged the shades of evil in her heart and loved her for them like Agatha did. He was gorgeous too, of course, but it wasn't his looks that made her take his wing. It was the way he looked at her. The same way Techo looked at Agatha, as if he could only be complete by having her love. 2 by 2 and 4 best friends. It was the perfect ending. Teddy with Aggie, Sophie with Ryan. But Agatha had warned her. If there's one thing I know, Sophie, is that you and I don't get to have perfect endings. She had been right, of course. Agatha was the only person Sophie ever truly loved. She had taken for granted that she and Aggie would be in each other's lives forever, that their ending was safe. But they were far away from that ending now, with no way back. 4 guards grabbed Sophie from behind and yanked her into the blue tower, their bodies reeking of onions and cedar and sweat beneath their armor, their filthy nails digging into her shoulder before she finally flung out both arms and shoved them away. I wear the king's wing, Sophie sniffed, smoothing her plunging pink dress. So, if you would like to retain your heads, I suggest you take your stupefying stench to the nearest pubs and keep your grumpy paws off me. One of the guards doffed his helmet, revealing sunburnt Wesley, the teenage pirate who had tormented her in George Jolie. King gave us orders to take ya to the map room. Don't trust ya to get there on ya own, case you want like that wench Agatha did. He sneered, flashing a squalid set of teeth. So either we walk ya nicely like we were doing, or we get you there a little less nice. The three other guards removed their helmets, and Sophie came face to face with the pirate's vehicle, blood-red cuffings around his eyes, a black boy with the name Aaron tattooed in fire on his neck, and a supremely muscular girl with short dark hair, piercings in her cheeks, and a languorous stare. "Your choice, Whiskey Woo," growled the girl. Sophie let them drag her. As they guided her through the blue tower rotunda, she saw a cadre of 50 workers repainting columns with fresh lion crests, refurbishing marble floors with lion insignias in each town, replacing the broken chandelier with one decorating 1,000 tiny lion heads, and switching out frayed blue chairs with spruced up seats, the cushions embroidered with golden lions. All remnants of King Arthur were similarly replaced, ever tarnished busts and statues of the old king usurped with a buffed one of the new. Sun sifted through the curtains, setting the circular foyer aglow, the lights dancing off the new paint and polished gems. Sophie noticed that 3 skeletal women with identical faces moving across the room in matching silk lavender robes. They handed each worker a citron that clinked with cones, and 3 sisters gliding as one unit with imperious stiffness, as if they were the queens of the castle. The women saw Sophie watching them and gave her a simpering smile, bobbing together in a tight curtsy. There was something off about them, Sophie thought. Not just their thick monkey grins and that buckled bow, like they were freak-show clones, but the fact that under those clean pastel robes they weren't wearing any shoes. As the women continued to pay workers, Sophie peered at their grimy, bare feet that looked like they belonged to chimney sweeps, not ladies of Camelot. No doubt about it. Something was definitely off. "I thought Camelot had no money," Sophie said to the guards. "How are we paying for all this?" "Biba, say we cut her brain open. What we gonna find?" Virgo asked the girl pirate. "Worms," said Biba. "Walks," countered wisely. "Cass," offered